Hey, welcome back to Titanium Man Garage. And I've been pretty busy lately. That's why you haven't heard from me. Got quite a few projects going. I'm just going to give you a little update on what's going on here. This is a 99 player Sportsman. I got it in. The guy thought the motor was blown. I'm going to give you a couple of key things I've learned over the past week on many different parts. So what the guy did was he bought an aftermarket stator and the wrong flywheel. I mean, this flywheel looks brand new. But he got the ones with the magnets in it. And the magnets exploded. Fried the stator. This thing's junk. I mean, literally when I took it out, the ground was messed up. This is all messed up. So, careful what parts you buy. Those were the incorrect parts. I got some used parts off of eBay. I got the correct stator, the correct flywheel, and then I decided to try out this new CDI box. I am not going to name drop, but once you see it on eBay, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's about 52 bucks. It's actually a lot hotter than the other ones I've seen, and don't buy those China junk CDIs. They don't last very long. So I got this fired and running good now. Just got to throw a battery in it, get the plastics on, put some new footboards on. I've got a nice scrambler sitting here. This thing runs really good, but the head gasket blew. I guess there's a hot shot crank in there and all the goodies in the engine. Somebody rebuilt it once before and this thing flies. But I've decided to do some upgrades. I've always stayed around probably 2004 and less, just because I've known them very well in the past 5 years. I picked up a couple 2006s. I had an X2 I sold. I had a 06 800 I just sold. Let me show you this bad boy. I just picked up a 2011. Now this is an 800. So I'm going to shoot a video on how to pull a motor and rebuild the engine on this bad boy because she's knocking away. It's got 3,700 miles on it. The guy was riding on the trails. So all of a sudden he heard something banging away and yeah. So yeah, I picked it up pretty cheap and I'm going to rebuild it. So stay tuned for that video. I also got myself a 2015 Scrambler 1000. This bad boy sounds tough. But the guy had oversized tires on it. I mean, the big, beefy, muddy ones that stood about this tall. And when he was going through the swamp, he hit a rock and tore up his transmission. Well, that's going to be another video. We'll be pulling that tranny part. That'll be coming in a couple weeks. And I tell you, I got this is a 2005. I'm just robbing parts off for the 2006 sitting here. I tell you, I'm loving the way these fenders come off. They're really easy. You take the front box off, unbolt everything, and the front fenders just slide back out of the way. It's a lot easier than these 99s. So, my project for now is I'm going to rip the front end of this apart. I got all my parts laying there, decent box. Deciding whether I'm going to put the winch on yet and the front bumper because guy crashed into a fence pole with that thing. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how I rip this bad boy apart. She's already pretty well cracked up. I got everything half disconnected. We're just going to get rid of that. Headlights missing. So there's these little screws. They go under the fender underneath here. I can show you. One goes there, one goes here. On the other side. And then there's a couple bolts in here. And now I'm gonna rip the rest of this out. I tell you, this is really nice. I wish I would have worked on these a couple years ago. And this one is EFI. So this is something else I'm going to learn. I know a couple of you guys had questions on EFIs, and I really haven't got into it and learned it. So starting up my own business with this shop, I tell you, I'm all in. I'm learning a bunch of new stuff, and I love it. One thing I like about this too is you got easy access to the radiator. Pretty slick, huh? That's it. Get rid of that. That easy access. I love it. I'm going to take the front bumper off. There's nothing to that either. And it's kind of interesting. The lights actually go into the bumper. Not like the old ones, they're in a metal frame. So I'm going to take these lights off. Hard to do with one hand. Yeah, there's really nothing to this. I gotta set down the camera for a minute because I don't want to break that light bulb. And voila, nothing to it. I see the guy had the plastics off already. This just pops out of the way, it comes out. Then you got plastic clips here that just pop off. And your bolts here. Pull your gas cap off and this slides right out. 15 minutes to rip this thing apart. Close to an hour to take that off. I'm loving it. And this is a EFI. The other one over here is carbs. So I'm gonna find out what's going on with this thing. It's acting up. It was a project of the guys and he just kind of gave up on it. So she spits and sputters a little bit. So I'm thinking there's bad gas and the carb needs to get cleaned. But I did rob the winch off, and that was pretty cool because once you take the bumper off, the winch just bolts right here. So I haven't decided if I'm going to put that on this bad boy yet. So yeah, like I said, pretty easy. I'm going to put that front end on. And another thing I learned this week. Do not buy these China light switches, kill switches. Bought 2 of them, actually 3 of them. I put them on a customer's unit, thinking, all right, they're good, you know. Came back a week later, pushed the start button, they would not start. He pushed really hard, he almost had to go to the angle a little bit and push up. Don't buy these, they're junk. There's a couple good stores on eBay I buy from. I'm going to name drop on this one. Power Sports Nation's a good one. They sell a lot of used Polaris parts. That's who I ended up going with the stators and all that stuff. So yeah, let me get this bad boy back together. And I'm going to leave you with this. Check out the bad boy. Well, this bad boy sounds pretty sweet, huh? Oh yeah, can't wait to get this done. All right, guys, till next time.